We're here in the STOL CH 750 Super Duty. I'm Sebastien, and I'm here with Roger. And
hi guys.
Beautiful day, so we're going to go for a flight. And well, I'll turn it over to Roger, and he can talk a little bit about pre-flighting the airplane.
Yeah, so we did a pre-flight before we entered the airplane, and it was pretty simple. And now we're going to do an engine run-up.
RV 226 X-ray, departing on runway 18, and we'll leave the area to the south. Let's go.
Have a good flight. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Enjoyed the ride.
We're going to do a run-up for the 750 Super Duty. We've got the Aero Sport 205 horse engine, fuel injection, and we're going to check each ignition, if there's any drop or not. Put it on the right side, looks good. Put it on the left, looks good. Mixture's all the way in. We're going to lower the flaps just a little bit, probably about 7-8 degrees. Controls clear and free. Fuel's on the fullest tank. Doors locked secure. Seatbelts. And we're just letting the engine warm up a little bit. I was in an earlier flight, so the engine is actually looking pretty good.
That's right. The customer there, he flew in from Arkansas, didn't he, for a demo flight?
He did. Yeah, he's looking at, initially he's looking at the 801, and I kind of steered him towards the Super Duty. And a lot of reasons for that, and yeah, I think he might come back to a workshop and go from there.
That's great. Yeah, and we invite folks, you know, if you're interested, come out to the factory. Roger loves to take folks up for a demo flight, show you through the factory.
All right, we're going to do a short takeoff, short normal takeoff, which is in the Super Duty. And I like to start out with the stick all the way back, add brakes, add power, release. And nose comes up instantly, then I adjust the stick so I don't have, you know, such a high attitude. And climb out, probably about 1,000 feet a minute. Go from there. Hey, Mexico traffic, Experimental 750 Yankee November is going to be departing 18, and we'll remain in the pattern, Mexico. So, add power, brake, release, stick back. Go right rudder. Just sit there and wait. All I can do.
Yeah, that goes quick, sure does.
And you know, we're climbing right now, you know, 800, 900, 1,000 feet, but I can still see over the nose for, you know, obstruction, you know, birds or hawks or whatever, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're in, you know, our airspeed's about 60 on the climb.
And just fantastic visibility. Here I am looking straight down over here. You've got this open area. Of course, we have the unpanel in this airplane, which even makes it wider and a more open area. Before I forget, I'll push the unpanel, reposition it a little bit, where you can really see how we can reposition this panel. And we typically just keep it centered, kind of out of the way. And big screen, so we got plenty of visibility. And yeah, we're already at pattern altitude pretty much, aren't we?
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's incredible. And we have a gorgeous day today, which is one of the reasons we want to go flying. And a nice autumn day. This is in November already, and we've got just beautiful fall weather. You can see the crops, they're bringing most of them in already, and if not, we got a few combines out there right now, bringing in more crops. Beautiful day, and I think they're calling for what, nearly 80 degrees today, I think?
It is, something like 77, 80, yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible, incredible. And we haven't been up flying for a little bit, so what do we have going on, Roger?
Well, we're second of November. We don't have a workshop in November, but we have a couple workshops starting in December.
Yeah, right at the very beginning of December, and that was one of the reasons not to do anything in November. We've got Thanksgiving going on. And then we did a couple of workshops right at the very beginning of December.
Right. And we've got Sebastian's heading down to Florida, going to give a workshop. Don't know who's going to go, but I think maybe his son Calvin's going to go to the workshop in Florida. We're going to Wheels and Wings with Herman. Herman will be there, a great sponsor for the rudder workshop. And then we're going to do a workshop here in Mexico. To get all the leftovers, I wouldn't say leftovers, but additional customers that want to do a workshop in December.
That's right, because well, your workshop's actually going to be first. That's a nice steep turn, isn't it? Beautiful visibility. Yeah. How's your visibility over the wind?
Yeah, that's Chris's trademark right there. That's what I tell customers. It's flying a Cessna, you can't see over the wing, and just so nice.
Yeah, beautiful afternoon to be out. So like we were saying, you know, your workshop's actually going to be first. It's going to be December 1st and 2nd. That's a regular Thursday, Friday, like we normally do our workshops. And that's at the factory here in Mexico, Missouri. Come out to the factory, do the factory tour, go up for a demo flight and so forth. And then, like you mentioned, I'll be driving down with the Zenith cargo van all the way down to northern Florida, to Lake City, Florida, which is where Wheels and Wings is based out of their little airport out there. And so look forward to you know, going back to Florida in December, which is always nice weather, or hopefully anyway. And since we'll be taking the cargo van, I'll be loading up kits with it. We've already got a few already on the schedule, and and I should take the opportunity to mention to you guys, if you're on the way between Missouri and Florida inclusive, if you want us to bring you some parts down there, let us know, because we can throw those in the van. Whether it's a component kit, I think we can even probably fit another full kit in there. Let us know if you're interested in doing that, or even parts and pieces. And at the workshop in Lake City, Florida, hosted by Wheels and Wings, we'll also be hosting a little regional fly-in on the Saturday. That'll be December the 3rd, I believe. So workshop on the Friday, and then most of the time now with the new rudders, where we get them done pretty much the first day, maybe a little bit in the second day. But on Saturday, the 3rd of December, we'll be hosting a little Zenith fly-in. So any of you guys that are flying Zenith, come out to visit Herman at the airport out there. I'll get information on the video about that as well, where it is and so forth. But we'll have a nice little Zenith fly-in, pick up some parts if you need. We'll have a barbecue and so forth. So it'll be just a fun day. And again, northern Florida, it's well after the hurricane, all the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. Nothing really affected that far north in Florida, so they were lucky over there.
Well, maybe I should have a barbecue or something on my Friday now, see?
I know, you like doing those. I'm always amazed by your energy in doing those. That you know, busy talking to customers, flying, and everything else, and then doing barbecues at the same time. So where are you going to take us in?
Oh, we're gonna land over here in the grass. We got a little little grass strip over here east of the runway. And we'll land on it.
Right.
Yeah, Mexico Driving Terminal is turning left base 18 Mexico.
Such a stable aircraft, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really trim it out. I like to have a little bit stick heavy, you know, just in case you got to do a go around, and it's not the opposite.
Right.
And then I typically use full flaps, and we might just do a touch and go here, show you what it's all about. And you want to maintain that high sink rate, that you can land really short, but you got to keep a little bit of power in.
And our wind's in the nose, but a little bit to the right, so a little bit of a crosswind component. Wow, I'm surprised how stable everything is today.
Oh yeah, nice. And I'm starting to add a little bit of power because I'm starting to bring up the nose a little bit. And we're gonna add, like, you know, try to, you know, like we're going in a rough strip, keep that nose off the runway. Keep all the weight on the main, keep on adding power, nose comes up. And we're getting pretty slow now. We're getting really slow.
Yeah, well, airspeed indicator is pretty useless at this
See,
point.
look at that.
Yeah.
Look, hold it. So if you just touch down, check everything out. If you don't like it,
yeah, excellent job.
there you go. And that takes a lot of practice, just getting your depth perception. It's not the flying, it's just feeling comfortable where you're at, and that's any airplane. And the best way to do that is sit in the airplane a lot on the ground. Just get used to the height.
Absolutely.
And keep power in. That way, you know, you can always got room for air.
It's fun to watch all these farmers at work, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
They've got a gorgeous day to be bringing in all their crops, corn and soybeans. And I like it this time of the year because pretty much all these fields make great runways, don't they?
Yeah. I've never really tried to land on the cornfields because the corn stalks are about crop size.
Yeah.
Unless you land it where the tractors have been. But yeah, soybean fields, yeah, they're great.
Yeah. And if you had to, for an emergency or anything else.
It's definitely feeling more comfortable now because, yeah, before with all the crops you lost an engine or something, you'll be all right. It's just going to destroy the airplane.
Right. Just a lot more options.
Yep,
beautiful,
exactly.
beautiful Explorer to visit.
We'll bring down the power, flap setting, a little bit of flaps, start our descent.
So are you going to be on the grass or on the pavement?
Yeah, we'll do the grass.
Yeah. With these big tires, it's a little bit easier, isn't it?
Yeah, it saves the tires. And, one of the questions is, how often you got to change the tires? Well, these are original tires we put on the Super Duty, and I'd say 90% of the landings have been on hard surface.
Right.
So they actually hold up very well. And I would say because you're not on the runway that long.
That's it. And then you don't abuse your brakes either. Because, even though, we've got lots of space, even though it's a few thousand feet for us, that's more than adequate. We never even have to push the brakes very hard at all.
Right. Now you hear him a little uncoordinated there in the back. And the rest of the flaps.
And on the airspeed indicator, we're showing the mid-50s right
Oh yeah,
now.
but when I start bringing the nose up,
I
man, it's
know.
going to just start really just decrease.
Now we're in the mid-40s, the low 40s, now mid-30s. Yeah, we touched down.
See, I didn't do anything crazy. It's just such a simple airplane to fly.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job. Well, that was a fun flight. Thank you, Roger.
Yep,
And look forward to seeing, hopefully, many of you down in Florida and Lake City, Florida for the workshop and the Zenith regional fly-in, and we're at the factory here.
I was going to say, I look forward to seeing everybody at Zenith workshop.
Yeah, we'll have competing workshops. We'll see how that goes. It'll be fun.